Mohammed Sheikh, and here's my group member Udit Solanki and Anupam Roy. Setting and planning. I would like to request Anupam to change the slides for me, please. Yeah. Goals. First of all, I would like to explain what the goals are. Goal setting offers you a combination of long-term based vision with a motivation. It gives a direction to acquire knowledge and to target the resources. If we specifically understand the term goal, so it is understandable that goals are something that we have to first like decide and then make our track towards achievement of those goals. Second one is how to set the goals. There are step-by-step process of how to set a goal. The first process of setting a goal is set a long-term goal. If you're gonna start some career or something in your life, first you have image in your mind that what your goals are, what your long-term goals are actually. Because without this, you cannot survive and you cannot like improve in your corporate environment. The second is analyze the purpose of goal. Now, what actually the purpose of your goal is. Then after that, decide measures for the goal. Check tangible and intangible perspectives on the goal, like which tangibles and intangibles things are included on your goal settings. And then after that, analyze success and failure, that how much percentage of success in the goals that you have decided and how much is the percentage of failure. And after that, it's analyze problems and solutions. Then in the last, list activities to reach the goal and set intermediate deadlines. Next one. Now, after goal setting, there is a part of planning. Actually, planning means expectations with an accomplishment for setting the goals and to achieve it. Planning is something like if you have targeted some goal, now you have to plan to achieve that goal. This is actually called planning. Can we have the next slide? Thank you. Purpose of goals and plans. I would like to purpose of goals and plans. Like there are 4 parts included in purposes of goals and plans, like validity, source of commitment and motivation, allocation of resources, and benefits of decision making. Validity is basically that what goals you have made. Is it valid or is it like a daydream or some kind of thing like that? So it is necessary that you have a valid goal for your achievement. The second one is source of commitment and motivation. Like you have to be motivated and you have to commit to yourself that you will achieve that goal in any case. The third one is allocation of resources. Now you have to plan after moving towards your goal achievement, you have to decide that allocation of resources, which resources you're gonna use to achieve those goals. And in the last, there are benefits, decision making. Next slide, please. There is a concept of miles and versions concept of goal setting, and there are 3 conditions they are identified to be satisfied to ensure best practice in goal setting. Now, we would like to have a look on miles and versions concept, which is values of goals, factor relating to goals, and improved performances. Value of goals is like if your goal has value, then you would like to achieve it with full motivation and full commitment. The second one is factor relating to goals. Now, there are lots of factors that would relate in order to achieve your goals. Without those factors, you cannot achieve these goals. The third one is improved performance. Like when you are moving towards your goal achievement, your performance will be improved day by day. Can I have a next slide, please? Yes. Now, there is a concept of management by objectives. I would like to invite Mr. Anupam Roy to.
Hi guys, this is Anupam Roy. Management by objective. Actually, Peter Drucker was the first person to give the concept of management by objective and the future concept by George Oriano in 1970s. Actually, management by objective helps to integrate a lot of management-based activities. So a systematic manner for individuals which can work individually and people can do whatever they want in a management way. And other thing is organized objective and for use as a long-term planning conditions, which we use normally in our everyday life, but we may not consider it in everyday life, but we will use it in future also. Then formation of performance appraisal. It came to conceptual appraisal of by on. Can you have the next slide, please? Mechanism of management by objectives. Management by objective system is included to set a component of goals and establishment of mission statement, the formulation of goals which we formulate in our everyday life also. The key result of knowledge areas are determined over here so that we can set our goals and do the activities by planning the goals ahead. And creation organization objectives is also an important part in management and planning the goals. Also formulation individual employee objectives is also an important factor which we use in any kind of factory, which is in any kind of individual activities which we normally use in an multinational companies also. Other things is setting performance-based standards for each objectives, which is to set a goal for a single standard in every for every single person, so we can use it individually and achieve the goals. Also making of individual employees action plans, which is very important thing to achieve the goals. If you have plan, you will do it properly. If you don't have any plan, you can't go furthermore. The things is the next one would be the status of assessment and measurement periodically of each objective, training, coaching, and easing the problems, so that if you have training, if you have proper education, if you have proper goals, if you can set everything properly, then you can go ahead and achieve your goal properly.
On now.
Next comes contingency factors, which influence the manager's approaches of planning. Contingency approaches to management and the perspective of contingency factors and organizational theory, which is if you have a contingency goal, if you have the set your goals properly, if you have make your organization theory, then you can go furthermore. Thank you. The next Udit will come here and explain the furthermore.
Okay. Hi guys, I will explain you what is the contingency factor is. The contingency approach is a part of theory of management. The most appropriate style of management recommended is on dependent of the situation, which is context, and this is of adopting a rigid style. Single in the long term can result as an inefficient. Manager pay attention typically on which works on contingency for the both results. For the first type is goals. You need to decide first what your goals is, and you need to require follow up on them. The second, government regulation. You need to check the government regulation first, and then after you run behind your goals, so what you need and what you require about your goals and the policies. So you don't want to reach the agreement or the reach of the contract. Profitability. When you set your goals, you need to at least think first. This goal is gonna be profitable or not profitable for your company or for your side. Consideration. So what factors you need for your goals? So you need to make a checklist at least, and you need to follow up on them. So how you gonna achieve the goals and how you gonna do all those things to get the proper statement. The next is impact analysis topic. So next point is impact analysis. An issue or event can be impacted on different operation in business, which a factor is causing a big influence on the contingency planning. There is a possibility of intangible or tangible consequences and include delayed in sales. High expenses, defection or customer dissatisfaction, and slower in accomplish your goals, taking away contingency plans effectively. Next one is demand or order. The order or demand is also a big factor in which contingency planning is also affected. Order should be established which guarantees a help to contingency plan for not skipping any details which are important. The next one is risk modification. Modification of risk makes efforts in which contingency planning is influenced by decreasing the chances that an issue or event will occur, and by eliminating negative effect if event does not take place in the first. So there are 4 types of plans. One is strategic plan, second is operational plans, third is tactical plans, and fourth is contingency plans. Can you please change the next slide? So now the last part of our presentation is conclusion. All organizations and business should include written goal in their action plans. These goals are helpful and guide an organization in terms of profitability, market share, and growth. Measurement taken internally based like boosting and expanding the morale of an employee. Organizations should target to have goals which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we gave you a detailed information about the goal plans and setting our goal plans. Thank you very much.
Thank you.